Hello and welcome to Epcot. We are so excited to show you around our adults only trip to Walt Disney World. We're going to go around the world today and into the future. So come and join us.
So where will we go today? Meet me out among the endless possibilities. We'll laugh all the clouds away. I know someday we'll have to stay, but where will we go today?
Welcome home.
This is the new centerpiece monument fountain at the entrance of Epcot. We're going to Spaceship Earth, where there is a standby line of 30 minutes.
You're in line to ride Spaceship Earth. It'll always be one of our favorites, no matter what. And I'm really secretly glad they didn't change it. I just want to make sure you know that.
Topiaries in turn creates better record keeping of plans, designs, and unfortunately taxes. Civilization has its own form of writing, which none of the others can understand. But the Phoenicians, who trade with all of them, have a solution. They create a simple common alphabet, adaptable to most languages. Remember how easy it was to learn your ABCs? Thank the Phoenicians. They invented them.
We just rode Spaceship Earth and none of the technology was working. We didn't even get to see our beautiful faces in the future. But other than that, it's always a classic.
All the construction this continues to go on. So many pavilions over here getting ready for 50th anniversary of Disney World in October. I'm not sure that's going to be finished by October. We'll see. Epcot's getting ready for the Flower and Garden Festival, and look who we found over here by the land. It's Woody and Bo and the 3 sheep, Billy, Goat, and Gruff. Oh, and then we have the butterfly topiaries. That's beautiful. Check this one out. We've got Simba and Mufasa, the Lion King. Really cool.
So behind me here at Epcot is all the new set for the new nighttime show, Harmonious. It looks amazing, and hopefully that means that we are close to nighttime shows, although we haven't heard any official word from Disney on a date yet. But if you can look at the set, it looks like it's going to be pretty spectacular. So it looks like the fountain's going, the thing in the middle of the lake is going to be a fountain during the day, and then it will turn into the nighttime show here at night. So one of my favorite snacks at Walt Disney World is poutine from Canada. And if you're wondering, where can I find poutine? It is at the refreshment port right when you enter Canada from the Future World, but at the very end of Canada if you're coming from the World Showcase. So this is where we are. We're excited to get some poutine. So at the refreshment port, they used to have 2 different types of poutine. They had one with brisket on it, which was probably my favorite, but this is traditional poutine, French fries with gravy and cheese curds. So I'm so excited.
We're over here in Canada, walking to England. Look, we have come upon Miss Piggy all packed. Our bags are ready to go. And then over here is Kermit on his bicycle. And over in England we have Pooh and the whole gang. There's Tigger and Piglet and Rabbit. Look at Pooh holding his balloon. And next to the Yorkshire County Fish Shop, we have Captain Hook fighting Peter Pan.
We are going to have lunch at the Biergarten in Germany. This is the first time we've eaten here since the pandemic, so we're excited to see how the different changes are happening. It's normally a buffet and now it's family style, so we're excited to showcase exactly what they're doing at the Biergarten. We have a plate full of German food. I don't remember what everything is, but I know that there's mac and cheese, schnitzel, bratwurst, sauerkraut, potatoes and chicken, spätzle. I can't remember what she said that was. And it looks delicious.
Traditional Oktoberfest toast. I'm frozen every
Well, now it's what we've all been waiting for, dessert in Germany. Let's start from left to right. Chocolate chip cookies, sure, great. This is black forest cake. This is a something cheesecake with the raspberry compote. And this is the apple strudel, and this will be mine. A very yummy lunch at the Biergarten in Germany at Epcot, and I have to say I really loved the new family style over the buffet. I felt like you got to try things that maybe you wouldn't have necessarily tried by going through the buffet, and I really enjoyed that. So I would say if I had to pick, I would pick that this restaurant stay family style. I really liked it better. I'd say that My favorite thing was the schnitzel as far as the main course. The pretzel bread was also very good, and then desserts, apple strudel, of course, hit a home run. So don't leave without dessert. You have to have dessert at the Biergarten. So we went into the Caramel House in Germany, and now we're going to try the milk chocolate caramel square with sea salt. So let's just open this sucker up. Maybe. Okay, do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna eat it. Go with caramel. This is a lot of caramel. Or caramel, however you say it. Okay, so we went and tried this because Disney Food Blog said we should. And I had the utmost respect, but it's just too much caramel for me. It's like a big chunk of caramel. And there's hardly any salt on it, so I don't know if I'd go out of my way to get this one, but there was a lot of other cool options in there, so maybe try something different.
Another topiary is Lady and the Tramp. Lady has quite the mane. You're located over here in the Italy Pavilion, obviously, by the gondola in the foreground. So inside the America Pavilion, there's the Soul of Jazz and American Adventure from the movie Soul, celebrating the jazz movement. So this talks about Chicago, that if New Orleans was the heart and soul of jazz music, the Mississippi Delta was its main artery. During the Great Migration, New Orleans jazz traveled up the Mississippi, making it through Memphis, Kansas City, St. Louis, and finally, Chicago. And this says that New York City is the jazz capital of the world. So this one says San Juan, in the early 1800s, the lively port of New Orleans was perfectly positioned for the import and export of goods, ideas, and cultures. And that influence spread to things like Mexico, Cuba, Puerto Rico, and Brazil. So if New York is the capital of jazz, it says Los Angeles is the capital of modern jazz. And of course, the birthplace of jazz itself, New Orleans.
It's always fun to find hidden Mickeys anywhere. There's always several here in the Morocco Pavilion. Here's one. And I'm going to go ahead and count that as another one.
Ah, and there's Beauty and the Beast. Belle looking ravishing in her green topiary dress at the France Pavilion.
Remy is ready for the Flower and Garden Festival. This is the Ratatouille Boulevard. Behind this wall you can see the Eiffel Tower, of course, but you can also see Gusteau's sign right here. So this is definitely where we're going to be queuing for the Ratatouille ride. And it looks like a little village behind this wall. I'm actually in the pram parking or stroller parking, and you can see some queue lines even forming over there. So we cannot wait to see this ride open at Epcot, hopefully soon. Definitely slated for this year in 2021. So we walked over to France to get the wonderfully famous orange slush drink. It is delicious, and I'm not sure what all it has in it. I know it has Grey Goose and Grand Marnier and orange juice, I think. So it's always refreshing and delicious, especially on this very hot day.
Good, how are you? It's not very wintry outside today.
I prefer the cold weather with the lobster. Don't worry, I made him a frost.
Your dress is beautiful.
Thank you. I definitely feel more like myself. Thank you for coming to visit.
Oh, no, you don't! We have the stars to guide us!
So we just rode the Grand Fiesta tour, which is one of our favorites. But one thing that was missing was the three Caballeros were all made out of wood instead of their normal animatronic selves. So I'm not sure what happened to them, but apparently they are under refurbishment or broken or something. What's a girl got to do to get some tequila around here? Apparently go backstage around the pyramid, outside, in another line to get into the Cava del Tequila inside the pyramid. So here we go. So we went into the Cava del Tequila and we got some shots and 2 different margaritas. I just got a plain one and Zach got a horchata. So we're tasting this tequila and these margaritas now. Oh, in the line we had to wait. We had to go outside the pyramid and go around in the back of the house and get in the line to get into the place to get a margarita. So if that line's shorter than the pyramid line, that's a way that you could sneak in a little faster and still get a margarita. So Zach and I just finished our fun little adventure in Mexico, and I just have to say, I think Mexico's my favorite pavilion. What do you think?
Yeah, it's one of mine too. I think a lot of it is hinged on that I love the Grand Fiesta tour and the 3 Caballeros.
And it's air conditioning, so that helps a lot too.
Yes.
And there's margaritas.
Especially in those hot, humid Florida days, the Mexico Pavilion is a nice little respite from what you experience outside here in Florida.
We love it. And one thing though, I don't love having to wait in line to get into it, but at the same time, I love that it's not super crowded in there, so it is worth
A
it.
little bit of a trade-off there.
Yeah.
There's Donald, Jose, and Panchito.
So at the store in the entrance to the World Showcase at Epcot, they have the different Mickeys from around the world, which I love. There's Canada, London. Minnie is the Queen of England. I bet Queen Elizabeth would want that as a gift. I think we should send it to her. I think she would love that. And then we got Paris, Norway, Mexico, Germany. Yeah, I love it, and I want all of them. And now to choose which one, although I think we may end up choosing the Queen of England, but don't tell our kids.
Hi, Pooh. How are you? Do you have any honey? Mmm, honey. Yummy. It's good to see you, Pooh. Bye-bye.
Welcome to the Land Pavilion. What is so great about this pavilion? Well, let's start. Soarin', amazing. We love soaring around the world. The Land ride, which is nice and calming and relaxing and shows all the awesome things that Disney does in order to have vegetables and keep everything in the park, and it's just wonderful. And then third is Garden Grill, which is a circular restaurant that circles around the land, and it has Mickey, Chip, and Dale in it. So we love the Land Pavilion. There's so much to see here. Don't miss it on your trip to Epcot. There's so much to do. We're going to ride the Land, which is about conservation, sustainability, it's eco-friendly, and it shows everything that Disney's doing on property that impacts every restaurant that they have. It's a super interesting ride. It's very relaxing. It's a slow boat ride, but it's very informative.
Welcome to our living laboratory, where scientists from Epcot and the U.S. Department of Agriculture are exploring innovative ways to produce bountiful harvests now and into the future. More than 28 million tons of bananas are eaten annually, making it the most popular fruit in the world. The sustainable system we're using here recycles the water in the tanks. As a result, we're able to save millions of gallons each year. The common grains growing here, wheat, maize, sorghum, and millet, plus rice, account for nearly 2/3 of our global food consumption. Some of our best ideas have been inspired by nature, like these fruit and vegetable trees. By growing these ground plants vertically, we can increase yields and better control diseases. These crops taste as good as they look. In fact, we serve more than 15 tons of produce from our greenhouses in restaurants here at the Land every year. The aquaponics system on your left combines hydroponics with aquaculture. The fish provide a natural source of fertilizer for the plants, and the plants help keep the water clean for the fish. It's another great way to produce more while using less.
We are in line to ride Soarin', and we got to move into Concourse B, which made me give a woohoo, because that means we're in the middle, so the Eiffel Tower may be straight. So we are so excited to ride Soarin'. It's always one of our favorites.
Hello and welcome to Soarin'. My name is Patrick and I'll be your chief flight attendant today.
Just got off of Soarin' around the world, and it's always amazing. We got lucky and got to be in the middle, which is always my favorite part, so we can see everything straight on. The wait was about 40 minutes, which is probably the longest I've waited in Soarin' since the pandemic hit. So, and it actually was true to time, which is unusual. Normally Soarin' is less than what the time is posted, so today it was about the same. dinner tonight in France in the Chefs de France restaurant, and we are so looking forward to this. This is the first time we've eaten here, so we are excited about a new experience. We are beginning our meal with our champagne and our warm baguette and some French onion soup. I got the filet de boeuf, which is a beef fillet with mashed potatoes and green beans. So I'm looking forward to trying it. We just had dinner at Chefs de France and it was very good. I got a filet and Zach got a beef pasta dish, and they were both very good. The French onion soup, though, we got as an appetizer, and it was very good, but it was very heavy. I think if I were going to do it again, we would have shared that French onion soup and then eaten our separate meals, because we couldn't even finish half of our meals because we were so stuffed from the French onion soup. So that is something to keep in mind. I'd say that I like this restaurant. It was good, but I wouldn't necessarily bring my kids here. I think it's more of an adult-friendly place, which is awesome if you're on an adult trip or want a nice meal out in Epcot. We have had an amazing day at Epcot with just me and Zach on our adults-only trip. We've walked around the world. We've had amazing meals. We've gone into the future. We've ridden a few rides, and we've just had an awesome day. I can't express enough how much I love Epcot, and I love it by myself. I love it with my husband. I love it with friends. I love it with my kids. It's just one of those places that makes me feel at home and makes me feel happy. So thank you so much for watching our adventures here at Epcot. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you real soon.